Well, now we have discovered why a Speedster leaks, the specific areas of where the leakage occurs, and now we're going to be talking about some solutions that have been made available to the industry by individuals and by the companies which produce the cars. But before we make comparison, we need a criteria. What do we want the solution to accomplish? All of these solutions that we're going to be looking at should be focused on the same criteria. What is that criteria? The first is effectiveness. It should seal. It should seal out all the elements, including water, cold, heat, wind, and noise. It should be convenient. You should be able to utilize this solution easily. Obstruction. The solution should not obstruct the use of the car in any abnormal way, such as it should not obstruct visibility, your ability to access toll booth payments, use of ATM machines, drive-through fast food restaurants, and actually the opening and closing of the door, and then even letting some fresh air get into the car occasionally. The fourth item is storage. Keep in mind that these solutions may require storage in the car somewhere. Storage in a Speedster is at a premium anyway, so anything that is done requiring storage needs to be considered very seriously. Lastly, but not leastly, appearance. All the people who call me about Speedsters and want them are willing to sacrifice some of the conveniences because they love the look of the Speedster. It's low roof, it's slinky windshield, and yes, everybody agrees this is a very attractive car in that form. So anything that has to be done to detract from the appearance of the Speedster is not going to be something that's going to be widely accepted by the people who love the Speedster. So let's look at the first one, which we call the oversized side curtain. What is an oversized side curtain? Well, it's just that. It's a side curtain that's bigger. Let's take a look at it laid up there next to the opening. You can see it's quite a bit larger than the original, about 2 inches in perimeter all the way around. What's the point? The point is that instead of just barely going underneath the flap on the outside of the car, this one's going to go well underneath it. In fact, it's going to go all the way underneath it, and it's going to wedge itself between the two flaps. What does that do? Well, that jams the side curtain into the pocket so that the sealing and the flapping of the side curtain is eliminated, and it does, in fact, do a better job of sealing. So for this particular solution, probably gives you the best bang for the buck. Let's install it and see what's involved. Keeping in mind that the side curtain is normally attached to the door. The door will be closed. It will be laying against the outside flap, and through manipulation of the two flaps in your fingers from the inside, you will be forcing the flaps apart and draping the outer flap over the side curtain itself. This will be done each time you go in and out of the car or pay a toll or whatever. Notice also, back here in the back, there is a snap that has to be opened to allow for the side curtain to go into the pocket. Unfortunately, once that is done, there's no way to reach back outside, at least conveniently, and re-snap it. So what happens? The problems of leaking here have not gone away because of the wind affecting the lifting of the flap as before. At the very top, the juncture of the three things still has the void, even though there is a tighter fit. The flap along the top, that has been eliminated because of the jam fit, but right back here in the back, where the air scoop effect, as we call it, occurs, it has now been worsened by the fact that the snap is no longer there. So there's a whole lot more flapping that can go on, but still, it's a jam fit. It's going to minimize the amount of airflow. So this is an effective way of sealing out the elements that we've talked about, but it's not convenient. It does take up storage. So those are two considerations that you might want to think about if you want to select this as your solution for the leaking Speedster.